There will come times in your life where your world will suddenly change in the blink of an eye. You'll find yourself concerned and uncertain about what the future holds. The world is forever changing, and when something comes seemingly out of nowhere, such as a contagious virus that spreads throughout the whole world, for example, it might cause you to struggle with the uncertainty of the situation. How will this affect my job? Will I even have a job soon? Will my family be okay? Will I have to go months possibly without seeing them? Am I healthy enough? Is my immune system strong enough to fight this thing off if I got it? Do I have enough food and resources? Or most importantly, toilet paper. Just kidding, but seriously, what's up with the whole toilet paper thing? So, what do you do in times of uncertainty? Well, you do the best you can with what you have. You start where you are. You control what you can control. Prepare. If there's something you can do now to prepare for the worst case scenario, within your means of course, then you do it. Whether that means gathering food and supplies, or figuring out how you're going to stay in shape from home without the gym or playing sports, and figuring out how to be the most valuable you can to your job in order to secure it so that you have an income flowing. And when you've done that, when you're at the point that you've done all you can within your control, then you can find peace in knowing that everything else is out of your hands. You've done the best you can with what you have. Educate. During times of uncertainty, there's a lot of information being spread around between the news outlets and social media and people sharing opinions as fact. We've got to be aware of misinformation. We've got to check our sources because the right education can be used as a weapon against uncertainty. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Other people's views and troubles can be contagious." Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. So I think it's important to be proactive in our pursuit of knowledge and understanding. Don't allow yourself to adopt the fears and opinions of others. Don't let your fears make you irrational. Adapt. Every major life event you make it through will change you in some way. You become stronger and more prepared for the next challenge you face, and you've gained a new perspective as a result of that. Epictetus said, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Skillful pilots gain their reputation through the storms." Inevitably, you reflect on your experiences, and with the beauty of hindsight, you're able to look back and see what you could have done or you shouldn't have done, and you're better off for it. You adapt, and then you step forward stronger than you were before. Considering this whole quarantine situation that a lot of us find ourselves in, I would love to be able to go back to the gym, but instead I have to find creative ways to improvise my workouts here at home. I'd love to get back to playing basketball where cardio is actually fun, instead of having to do these boring ass jogs around the block. As the weeks go on and the months go on, you'll probably find yourself experiencing a lot of different emotions. Fear, loneliness, sadness, gratitude, a bunch of different emotions. And it's important that we don't try to suppress these emotions. Don't try to bottle up what so deeply wants to be released. In these times, it's easy to see all the pain and the discomfort and the sadness around us. It's easy to get depressed when we focus on the wrong things. It's easy to roll your eyes every time you see a overly positive, naively optimistic post on Instagram, as if the world isn't being held hostage by microscopic invaders. That's easy. But you want to know what's hard? It's hard to catch yourself. It's hard to take a moment and stop and ask yourself, what are some positives that I can take from this event? Sure, of course we all want things to go back to normal, the way it used to be. But what's one positive you can take from the darkness? For example, maybe the company you work for miraculously found a way for you to work from home when before it was seemingly impossible. And they want a refund, then we're saying that they can wait until their credit. Or maybe you finally have time and no more excuses for not doing those chores that you've been putting off for weeks. Or maybe you finally just have time to give yourself permission to be with yourself. You don't have places to be or friends to hang out with or events to get to. You can just stay home and just do what you enjoy doing, the simple things. A big positive for me is I'm forced to let my old injuries heal. I have a bad habit of working out through my injuries or playing basketball through injuries, and now I have no option but to give my body rest. It's also given me an interesting opportunity, a once in a lifetime opportunity, to watch as the world, all the nations of the world, kind of figure out and navigate how to fight against a common enemy, a kind of alien invader, just not the type I would have expected. So what I would challenge you to do is think about everything that's going on right now that's impacting your life. Everything going on right now in this uncertainty you're experiencing. Find one positive thing that you can take from this. Just one positive thing. And let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. As with all uncertainties and all events that interrupt our lives, this too will pass. Yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, it's going to be challenging. Yes, there's going to be a lot of sad times and unfortunate situations. But it will pass. We'll get through it. Seneca said, "We are often more frightful than hurt, and we suffer more in our imagination than in reality." Stay strong, stay safe, and wash your hands.